I'd like to extend a special welcome to everyone joining us today for the 2020 virtual commencement celebration. This is indeed a special day as we celebrate the class of 2020, all that you've accomplished, all that you are, and all that you will become. This was certainly not the end to the school year that any of us anticipated, but it is undoubtedly one we'll never forget. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank the class of 2020 for the way that you've responded this spring. A couple weeks back, we gathered stories of empathy across District 200. I saw countless examples of members of the class of 2020 coming together to support each other and support our community in a time of need. I followed stories on social media highlighting incredible care for others. It's often said that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond. Watching your responses gives me great confidence in your future and in the future of our community. I would also like to say a special thank you to the community that surrounds our graduating class. Our students have been challenged and supported by incredible parents and guardians, talented educators, and friends that have walked by their side through their school journey. Your support has been incredible. And to the class of 2020, enjoy this moment as we celebrate your graduation. As superintendent, I'm proud of each of you and wish you the very best as you move forward from this day.
Grange is still.
Tradition has fallen silent.
Commitment, scholarship, and integrity may be empty, but we are still one Tiger Nation.
We entered unaware of what the future would hold. We were just children. These halls were our canvas. This is where we composed, turning hope into accomplishment.
Songs we sang, games we played, stages we stood on, problems we solved, and friends we made. What we did matters. This is where we grew up. This is where we learned who we are.
This moment is not what we envisioned, but it is ours. While we may not sit side by side today, make no mistake, we are united. The class of 2020, bonded by hardship, buoyed by love.
As we gaze into the future, let us celebrate what we built, created, inspired, and what more we have to build, create, and inspire. This is our commencement, a new beginning, a beginning of hope.
Semper Tigris.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the narrow roads light
Every Wheaton Warrenville South High School student has come to expect the band Survivor's classic anthem, Eye of the Tiger, to be rocking the hallways every Friday at 2:15. The song has long been a way of getting pumped up for the weekend's activities, or simply a reminder that we're all a part of something bigger than ourselves, Tiger Nation. This performance by our phenomenal show band is dedicated to our 2020 seniors and to the leader of Tiger Nation, Dave Claypool, who is retiring at the conclusion of the school year. Please welcome our fabulous show band.
I'm Zach Enright. I play the synth.
I'm John Perez, and I play tenor trombone.
I'm Joe Badgley, and I play bass trombone.
I'm Owen Haas, and I'm on tenor sax.
I'm Trace Nussbaumer, and I'm on tenor sax.
I'm Daniel Malone, and I play trumpet.
I'm Ben Howell, and I play electric bass.
I'm Blake Heinzelman, and I play drums.
I'm Ethan Dimmitt, and I play the electric guitar.
I'm Madison Brayla, and I play trumpet.
And I'm not Levi Hansen, but Levi Hansen also played on this. But his dad's using the computer right now.
Boo. Boo.
Hello, class of 2020. How are you doing? You look good. You look great. I haven't seen you in a while. Am I in my living room in a cap and gown, staring at a camera right now? Yes. Do I like it? No. Am I wearing socks right now? No. Doesn't matter. It's up to you. Okay, but this is definitely a weird time. So I want to help you help me get through this a little bit. I want to set the scene for what it would have been like if we were in that orange and black gym. So here it goes. They would say my name, right? And now, coming to the stage, standing at 6'7", 350 pounds. Don't question it. Don't question it. Let me have my moment, please. John, hold on. Applause starts. Thunderous applause. People crying, people laughing, people fainting. Then one person stands up. Then another person stands up. then another. Before you know it, everybody in the gym is standing up, okay? Except for the people who fainted, we're going to worry about them later. This is more important. Now, I'd get up there. The applause would last for 20, 25 minutes. Okay, all right, let's be honest, 30 minutes. And I'll get up there finally, have to calm the crowd down. That takes another 5 minutes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Finally, I get into it, okay? Some of you may see me up here and be a little confused. Oh, I didn't even know he could talk. That's crazy. I sat across from him in class. He never said a word. Some of you may be watching this a little upset. Oh, this kid? You kidding me? It's just so annoying, son. He talks way too much, screaming in the hallways. For what, dude? But that's me. That's who I am. If I'm not around people who I know and who I'm comfortable with, I'm not talking. You got to talk to me first. I don't want to get in your business. If I do know you and if I am comfortable with you, I talk way too much. I'm annoying. I like hearing myself talk. I think I'm the funniest person in the world. It's a problem. It's a serious problem. That's okay. That's who I am. And I believe that being yourself is one of the most important things you can do in your life. Yes, I'm 18 years old giving life advice, but you chose me for this. You gave me the platform, okay? I got to do what I got to do. I can't give bad jokes the whole time. But being yourself is very important, especially in high school. There's people who spend all 4 years trying to fit into a certain group, into a certain clique, walking a certain way, talking a certain way, dressing a certain way. And now they're going off to college, and all those people that they were trying to fit in with aren't going to be with them, as opposed to people who did find out who they were and found people who liked them for them. They're going to go off to college, and it'll make things a little bit easier. Because life is stressful enough. Why would you put another burden on yourself, another weight on your shoulders? Why would you walk around worrying about what people are thinking of you every step, rather than walking around thinking about the important things? Like how you got a text in this period and it's not looking too good. You know, why isn't it looking too good? Well, I had another test in another class a few days ago, so I was studying for that, right? And then yesterday, I had a runny nose. My allergies were acting up, and I didn't want to look like a fool, so I didn't want snot running down my nose. So then I had to go up and get Kleenex like 10 times. First of all, if I get up for Kleenex, go home, dude. Go home. Now you're distracting me, okay? And I know your nose is sore because it's second semester, and the teacher is using toilet paper and paper towel for Kleenex. And they say, oh, well, students got to buy the Kleenex. There's 50 posters in the room, dude. Let's sacrifice a few posters for Kleenex. I'm dying, dude. But you'll have time to think about things like that. And it may be difficult to be yourself. You may find out who you are, and you may not like certain aspects of yourself. You may think, oh, I go off on rants about Kleenex too much. And oh, I don't talk around people I don't know. But that's okay. You can change aspects of yourself for you. Don't do it because other people want you to. And you always have time to find out who you are. Especially now, all we have to do is to find out who we are and find things we actually like and have interest in. You can be 90 years old and just now figuring out who you are, but that's okay, because from then on, things will be so much easier. So that's my speech. I want to congratulate all the seniors on graduating. I wish you well in whatever you're doing, whether it be college or something else. I want to thank all my teachers. I want to thank Mr. Stellwagen for helping advise me through this. I want to thank my mom, too. She helped me think this through and all that. I want to thank my family. And yeah, I hope you and your family are doing well. Thank you very much.
I'd like to start with a formal apology for everyone watching, because Dr. Stellwagen cut out an entire week of preparation. So if you don't like it, blame him, not me. Now, what I'm going to say today, you've probably already heard somewhere else, because I plagiarized this entire speech. Okay, I can't be serious, I promise. First and foremost, I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Claypool. You have been our principal all 4 years, and I think I speak for the entirety of the class of 2020 when I say you are about as caring and enthusiastic as they come. The passion you had for your job was felt by everyone, at South, and we are truly honored to be your final graduating class. You know, a little fun fact about Mr. Claypool is I'm actually quite close with him. Now, I was his neighbor for 16 years, so we often enjoyed brunch on his patio on the weekends, and he did describe me as the second son he never had. But that's enough about Mr. Claypool. Let's talk about us, the class of 2020. They say when you graduate high school, you are thrust into a world of uncertainty. Well, I wish you all the best of luck, because this is about as uncertain as the world is going to get. I mean, no one could have predicted that we were going to be spending the rest of our senior year from our couches. I could literally flip this camera and show you my couch. I titled this speech, "Due to COVID-19, ... because I believe that is the scariest phrase in the English language right now. Due to COVID-19, the NBA has postponed its season. Due to COVID-19, the US government has banned all travel to Europe. And due to COVID-19, Governor Pritzker has closed all schools in Illinois for the remainder of the year." We're going to remember this phrase forever, because it has altered the way the universe operates. When we hear it, we can expect a crushingly unprecedented announcement to follow. It has literally had the power to shut down the entire planet and strike fear into the hearts of all of us, like something we have never seen before. And while the coronavirus has robbed us of a traditional senior year, prom, powder puff, spring sports, assassin, and just school, it can't rob us of the celebration and the recognition that is taking place today. Because we earned this. And while this might suck for us, yes, I know, look at the bright side. I mean, we're living through history. We can tell our kids about this, and we're finally on the same playing field as our parents. No longer can they say, "Oh, you know how bad polio and the chicken pox and mumps were?" Or, I don't think parents talk about that, but, you know, I'm trying to make a bright side out of this. So while we have the chance, let's reflect on what it actually meant to be a Tiger for the past 4 years. Whether we like it or not, high school has changed us. Throughout its course, it's an experience of firsts for everyone. It's our first time driving, our first job, first kiss, maybe, hopefully. Okay, well, if you haven't kissed anyone yet, just lie about it. That's what I do with most things. But most of all, it has been given us the most memorable moments of our lives so far. I found myself really thinking about these big moments over the past few months. You know, the happiest moment, the saddest, most exciting, scariest. Have you thought about those? I mean, I know it may hurt to relive some of them, but I think it helps. Sorry, I just remembered my scariest moment. It was when Ben Berger took his shirt off after hitting the game-winning RBI in gym softball. Mr. Harvey made all of us go to a mandatory therapy session with all of our counselors, but we're working past that. When you think of these memories, I think a fundamental question is raised. What was the most important part of high school? And I think there is an objectively correct answer to this question. It's the people. Our relationships governed how our high school experience went. The people who we haven't been able to see for the past 2 months are the most important part of it all. And I'm not just talking about your friends. I'm talking about everyone. Maybe it's that one kid in class who you weren't really friends with, but he or she made you laugh or smile or even drop your jaw sometimes. I mean, maybe you're that kid to someone else. I think we're all that kid to someone, right? Maybe it's the funny teacher or the nice one or whoever it is. It's someone who we're not directly linked to that we're missing. I'm missing Arturo, the custodian who had always worked late at night near the field house, and I'd always pass him after I was going home after a long night of speech practice. And he'd always say to me, "Man, you debate kids stay later and later." I never had the heart to tell him that we don't have a debate team because he made high school special for me. Who made high school special for you? Do they know it? Because the thing about relationships is when we have the privilege of seeing so many people every single day, we become numb and even negligent to the significance in our lives that they have. It typically takes a tragic event for us to really realize what people mean to us. Last year, I helped coach freshman baseball, so I can stipulate that freshman boys are the grimiest creatures on the planet, but on a more serious note, one of the boys lost his father, unexpectedly. For 15 years, he had a dad in his life, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he was taken, forever. And that really hit me. And so after the team was debriefed, I went home, and I hugged my mom, and I cried. And I said, "Mom, I love you." Because that could have been her, or my dad, my brother, or my sister, or yours. We assume that we will have everything in our life that makes it stable and normal forever, but that's not the reality. I assumed I was going to be in school for the months of March, April, and May this year, and that I was going to be going to my friends' grad parties over the summer. But the truth is, anything and anyone can be taken from us at any time. So why not cherish it now? If you haven't told your family or your friends or your teachers what they mean to you, I urge you to do that now. Because what must be known eventually should be known immediately. Let this be the tragic event that makes us realize what the people who care about us really mean to us. Gratitude is what keeps us honest and keeps the thrill of simply being alive fresh. I mean, we all have that one teacher who we owe a lot to, right? For me, that was Mr. Haddon. I went from fearing his very existence freshman year to realizing senior year, he has made me a much more inquisitive, better student and created a newfound love for literature in me that I didn't even know existed. I know we all have many people who deserve to be recognized for their impact in our lives, and we now have the time to reflect and acknowledge them for who they are. And that's not just for teachers, that's for everyone. Later this year, when we hopefully leave for college or work or service, we're going to be all on our own, completely independent, a brand new start. We will be removed from a previously comfortable environment and thrust into a cesspool of crime, corruption, and poverty. I'm just kidding. Anyway, what we need to keep in mind is to not take the little things for granted anymore. Agreed? Hanging out with our friends, eating in a dine-in restaurant, going to a concert, leaving our homes without having to wear a mask. I mean, those things suck, especially if you wear glasses. Things that were so normal and that had never been rescinded from society before shall be appreciated for what they are. The little pleasures in life that offset the rest of the stress and chaos. Let us never forget what transpired this year, because we have never been forced to change the way we live so drastically, this rapidly, ever before. I'm sure all of you are thinking that, yes, this sucked the joy out of senior year. And, maybe you're right. But as my Uncle Jerry used to always say, it is what it is. We're still here, celebrating. What's not joyful about that? So right now, I want all the seniors to take your caps, and if you don't have it, grab it. No, I don't apologize for what's going on up here, but take your caps and look at it. This symbolizes everything we have accomplished for the last 4 years. It is the ticket to our future. Something so amazingly delicate has been placed in your hands, and it's up to you with what you want to do with that. Take a moment with it. Away from everyone else, by yourself. A moment you deserve. Because we did it. We did it. Class of 2020, you've been dismissed.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the District 200 Board of Education and the faculty, staff, and administration, I welcome you to our 2020 virtual commencement ceremony. I'd like to start by thanking those who helped put all this together. All of us have been doing things on the fly these days, at school and at home. And this is no exception. The long hours and creative thinking that has resulted in this graduation, while it's not what we wanted or expected, it is a very nice way to bring closure for our graduates. Every year at commencement, we celebrate the remarkable achievements of our students. Things like South annually being recognized as one of the nation's best schools by U.S. News and World Report, or that each year the graduating class's average ACT would put one of our children in that score within the top 25% nationally. And those accomplishments still apply to the class of 2020. They're no exception. But the real achievement of this graduating class, this incredible group of young people, is its resiliency and its perseverance. When I was selected to be the faculty speaker, I immediately started racing through all kinds of things. You ought to see the stacks of paper at home. It's driving my wife nuts. She's a neat freak. And then I got to the point where I realized, you have a time limit on this, Dave, because sometimes I just kind of go. So as I started to apply filters to what I was doing, one of the things that came to mind is the email I sent to all of you before school started this year. And in that email, I said how happy I was to be graduating with all of you. I am very, very happy to be a part of the class of 2020. But this is not what I was thinking. I, like you, feel shorthanded. It's natural, normal. But if any senior class was going to lead South through this, I'm glad it's you. I'm not just happy to be part of the class of 2020. I am very, very proud. So again, as I'm kind of going through my filters, I thought, it'd be nice to reach out to some of our teachers to find out what learning targets they've mastered since March 13th during this coronavirus period in our lives. So here are a few that I heard from. Math teacher Mr. Kyer said, I learned that even though we live in a very technologically advanced world, absolutely nothing replaces face-to-face conversations and being in a classroom. English teacher Miss Quinn put it this way, I think what I've learned is how unshakably resilient and adaptive the graduating class of 2020 is. Every day is a gift, social sciences teacher Mr. Willowite said, and he said, I learned just how rich I am that I got to know so many of the class of 2020. Mr. Botner, one of our science teachers, put it this way, this e-learning experience has taught me that I need my students as much as I'd like to think they need me. I always understand that learning depended on relationships, yet not until I couldn't see my kids' faces and hear their voices did I come to truly feel how fundamental and vital that bond is. And finally, English teacher Mrs. Pierce has this reflection to share. I've realized the amazing depth of love, joy, friendship, and appreciation we all have for each other at Wheaton Warrenville South. So of course I've taken time to think about my learning targets that I've mastered, and they're slightly different. The first one is something we've learned worldwide, is this incredible appreciation for toilet paper and Purell. Who knew we had gold right there in our cabinets all this time? On a more personal note, and this is a little embarrassing, I have to be honest with you, but it's true, I have relearned just how amazing my wife Katie is. This time has allowed us to be reacquainted in many ways. I spent a lot of time here at South, and I don't regret a minute, and her job has kept her very busy. But lately we've had no choice but to be together, and I'm happy to say we're happier than ever. But my biggest takeaway is just how much seeing you guys every day meant to me. God, I miss you. And while it's been incredibly crazy getting through all this, I do hope you've been able to binge watch a few things. At least we have that in this day and age. I don't know about you, but some of you, and I'm sure some of your parents, have been watching the ESPN documentary about the Bulls called The Last Dance. A lot of it is the players and coaches and people around the Bulls reflecting on that era of the Bulls where they dominated the NBA. And because I was lucky enough to be a fan during that time, I remember a lot of the things that happened. But it was really just them reminiscing, and it allowed me to reminisce. And then I thought in the context of today, us, this event, that's kind of what we've been doing lately. Reminiscing, thinking back onto all our years. And let's face it, fortunately or unfortunately, this virtual graduation will be in our memory for years to come. But guys, this is anything but our last dance. No, far from it. No, coronavirus can't take away our memories. For me, it was seeing your smiling faces in the hallways every day, watching you perform on our stage while making all of us forget, oh yeah, those are high school kids. No COVID-19 or any COVID is going to remove the joy I felt every time we kicked North's butt. Think about all the memories these crappy circumstances cannot take away from you. This thing, no, it's not going to define the class of 2020. Not Tigers. All of the remarkable things you have accomplished while at South, that's what we'll all remember. Watching you grow from wide-eyed freshmen at freshman orientation or the first day of school to the young men and women you are now, that is your legacy. You have gone through what no other senior class has gone through, and given that, no other class will ever have its mettle tested the way yours has been. That will help shape and define where you go from here. And trust me, where you go from here is limitless. All high school reunions are exciting, at least for those who want to take part. Just think about what your first reunion is going to be like. Because someday, we're all going to get back together. We're going to smile face to face. We're going to talk face to face. And I know this is a lofty goal or hope, but hopefully one day we'll be able to hug again too. Sure, the 1998 season may have been the last dance for the Chicago Bulls, but this is not the last dance for the class of 2020. God bless all of you. Thank you for being a significant part of my life. Semper Tigers. And now, Mr. Paulson, as principal of Wheaton Warrenville South High School, I declare that these young men and women of the class of 2020 have met all the requirements for graduation as set forth by the District 200 Board of Education and the State of Illinois. It is therefore with great pride that I now present to you the class of 2020.
Thank you, Mr. Claypool. On behalf of the Board of Education, we accept that these students have met the graduation requirements set forth by the State of Illinois and Community Unit School District 200 and are ready to receive their diploma. To our Wheaton Warrenville South High School class of 2020, the thing we always say as school board members is that today, graduation day, is the best thing about serving our community on the school board. It is one of our most rewarding experiences and we miss it. However, we understand that having the experience of a live graduation means so much more for you graduates. It is a culmination of a series of major life experiences that we know you cherish and will remember. We know that the experience you are having today is not what you dreamed of. We understand it is painful, and for that, we are so very sorry. However, please know that this is just another moment in time, and life is filled with all kinds of moments in time. We hope that as you think about your final days as a District 200 student, you will remember all those other great moments. And we hope that you think about how and with whom all those other great moments have been threaded together. We hope that you remember your teachers. Please know that they've made a life's commitment to play big and perhaps small role in getting you here today. We hope that you think about your community, all your neighbors, family, friends, and local businesses, all those people that make up your hometown that have contributed significantly to financially support you and our school district. We hope that you remember your experiences, all the successes and failures, the wins and the losses, the joy and the tears are all essential parts of your life experience. They are all important. And most importantly, we hope that you cherish your friendships, all those friends and classmates, not only your fellow graduates, but also those past friendships as far back as your kindergarten classroom that have helped you make all those special moments in time. It is a long thread that links all those moments together, and they have all been essential. Finally, our school district receives many accolades and recognitions as being one of the best school districts in the state. And we have so many people to thank. The teachers, the support staff, the coaches, administrators, counselors, and of course, your parents. It is a long list indeed. And we also need to give a special shout out to Mr. Claypool on his retirement. Thank you, Dave, for the years of service, dedication, and passion that you brought every day to Tiger Nation. But most importantly, to our graduates, the Board of Education would like to say thank you for helping make our school district great, send you our congratulations for a job well done, and wish you good luck on your journey and all those future moments in time. Thank you.
Congratulations, class of 2020.
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 Samarat J. Abdul Karim, Zakia H. Abdul Sattar, Christopher Daniel Ackermer, Megan Elizabeth Adamek, Henry John Atkins, Emily Faith Agan, Danielson Brian Ajedo Sanchez, Marilyn G. Albor, Joseph Matthew Allgood, Sydney Irene Alpers, Angela Alvarez, Kaylee Elizabeth Ammons, Daniel Edward Anderson, David James Anderson, Mayeli Angeles Miguel, Haley Beth Ansel, Jack Ryan Anton, Jason Aranda, Marcus Douglas Armentrout, Jacob Lawson Arthurs, Stephen Gerardo Astudillo, Avery Serva Awazi, Kayla Nicole Ayala, Samuel Jeffrey Bach, Ashton Richard Baldwin, Anthony Joseph Bolinsky, Eva Rose Banazuski, Charmaine Leon Beniquez, Janamil Dalman Beniquez, Annika Grace Barron, Benjamin Thomas Bastian, Anthony Michael Batista, Alexia Nicole Beard, Abigail Frances Becker, Marina Bello, Hannah Elizabeth Bellman, Brian Benjamin, Jessica Lynn Benjamin, Sarah Francesca Berardi, Gabriela Berno Perez, Joseph Thomas Berndt, Preston Anthony Berry, Andrew Edward Besh, Carlton James Best, Colton James Welcome Bessler, Jeremy Bernard Belitsky, Zachary Joseph Belitsky, Jacob Allen Bishop, Emma Elizabeth Glazer, Melisande Ivana Bakker, Corin Dale Badham, Carolyn Jane Brand, Rachel Lauren Bridges, Carly Mackenzie Brigg, Caleb Phineas Rosales Brown Smith, Haley Lynn Brummel, Dominic James Buchanan, Martin Busio, Ariana Adrian Bug, Lori Bowie, Samantha Susan Buell, Sarah Elizabeth Burrell, Bennett Joseph Berger, Daniel Timoteo Bustos, Jose Luis Cabrera Gatica, Ajani Dai Calderon, Emilia Rose Calloway, Brandon Campbell, Sophia Josephine Campbell, Madison Mary Canella, Shan Cao, Dana Valentina Cardenas Ropero, Isaiah Walker Carlson, Julian Carrasco, Melanie Correra, William David Caston, Marco Chavez, Kaylin Elizabeth Checks, Christian Michael Cholinsky, Jonah Juhan Choi, Sarah Mayone Christensen, Lily Angeline Caesar, Margaret Lynn Suzuki, Edward James Clark, Maureen McKinney Clark, William Tyler Closet, Matthew James Cochran, Nikita Gregory Colling, Jackson Paul Connolly, Ruby Ann Connolly, Cameron Jacob Cooley, Jack Anthony Cooper, Grace Ann Cornelius, Felix Nathan Correa, Jose Pablo Correa Mendoza, Jorge Cortez.
Max David Crandall, Naomi Nicole Cross, Adalyn Shalfin Crowley, Jessica Quatley,
Caleb Mark Anthony Cummings,
LaRon Esperial Anthony Curtis, Emily Marlene Carrillo, Aubrey Ann Duvall, Abigail Grace Daniger, Lynn Ziam Dow, Alexander Michael Davis, Kira Lee DeCastro, Fiona Margaret de Guzman, Michael James DeGant, Dylan Samir Desai, Sophia Daniela Danica Salas, Eileen Kimberly Diaz Garcia, Alexander Kenneth De Batista, Jackson Joshua Deedon, Antoine Diggs, Audrey Jane DeMarco, Vincenzo DeTrolio, Sierra Alexis Duesberg, Maya Catherine Donnelly, Jack Spencer Swihart Doran, Madeline Elise Draus, Alexis Mary Drennan, Ryan Patrick Dufty, Sydney Helen Dunlap, Salo Raziel Duran, Hannah Elizabeth Dutton, Ethan Thomas Dimmitt, Nicholas Peter Economos, Caden Thomas Edmeyer, Xavier Malcolm Edwards, Carissa Lynn Ike, Grace Elizabeth Ellison, Erica Beverly Emmerich, Grace Martin Emmerich, Cosme Manuel Encinas, Grace Elizabeth Ferrugio, Isabel Elaine Fawcett, Bridget Amber Feely, Audrey Anna Feidel, Renee Grace Fickle, Bailey Quinn Pfister, J. Natividad Flores, Meredith Fletcher Follett, Ella Jean Ford, Tyler Joseph Famaro, Natalie Marie Frank, Joseph William Frankie, Anicia Jada Teresa Freeman, William Daniel Fudala Rising, Brandon Elias Fuentes Aguilar, Nathan Josue Fuller, Ryan Thomas Gaynor, Thomas Joseph Donald Gaeta, Brittany Garcia, Diego Alonso Garcia, Natalie Adamaris Garcia, Sergio Garcia, Edwin Garcia Gomez, Luz Maria Garnica, Nevea George, J. Tej German, Jody May Gesford, Lucas Harley Gloss, Luca Gullub, William Uriel Gomez, Emily Rose Gordon, Benjamin Robert Gorski, Trevion Antoine Goss, Wyatt Cameron Goddard, Joshua Mark Gottlieb, Sean Go, Ricardo Mazerat Gray, Carson Jacob Grebe, Nathaniel Houston Grout, Brian Daniel Gurin, Bryant Guerrero, Ivan Guzman, Lance William Hack, Fasika Barahu Hailu, Samantha Marie Halim, Melissa Marie Hansen, Natalie Brooks Harding, Zachary Pio Hartnett, William Frederick Howenstein, Jason Patrick Hall, Elisa Hypatia Hernandez, Hilda Hernandez, Zeta Eileen Hernandez, Braden Matthew Hinckley, Simon Roderick Hoffman, Noel Alexis Horbenko, Jerry Mu Shi. Anna Marie Holsketter.
Anna Huerta. Connor Mark McCombs Hughes. Adriana LaKenya Lanice Hupp. Cooper Joseph Jackson. John Luis Jacobson. Molly Bridget Jamin. Jack Robert James. Taylor Lee Jameson. Andrew Steve Janik. Alexandra Grace Irina Janosi. Michelle Lynn Jelensik. Zoe Faith Jatani. Jose Daniel Jimenez Gutierrez. Shane Charles Johnson. Colin Patrick Johnston. Benny Joram. Tyler Henry Joyce. Elena Marie Georgina Juarez. Osiel Juarez. Drake Alexander Jersak. Michaela Elizabeth Jerzakowski. Alexa Ray Jerkis. Brandon Thomas Kaz. Thomas Patrick Canel. Bridget Aaron Kennedy. Faris Ali Khan. Loon Khan Singh. Zane William Kiersick. Jeffrey Gibson Kincaid. Yafet Tadesa Kinfe. Jillian McWaters King. Justin Alec Kierensich. Jacob James Cluckhone. Emma Isabel Kleesner. Caden James Connor. Gabriella Rain Knotts. Robin Ashley Collins. Thomas Joseph Collodi. Nicholas Alexander Cozy. Grace Morgan Krizak. Delaney Ruth Krogan. Ashley Camille Kropp. Indigo Coda Kubalanza. Adam George Colton. Jillian French Kunkel. Peyton Francesca Kunkel. Julian Martin Karowski. Christina Alexis Landolina. Prince S. Lanka. Michael Zachary Larson. Dana Corinne Latta. Elise Margaret Leck. Joshua Matthew Leck. Timothy William Lee. Victoria Corinne Lemon. Yvonne Leon Jr. Simon Joseph Leonard. Tavares DeVille Lewis. Brenda Tita Lim.
Joshua Drew Linhart.
Caitlin Rose Litvin. Josephine Ann Lloyd. Jewel Marlene Lurson. Daniel John Lundell Namist. Jacqueline Luria. Hisar Mu Luen. Eduardo Macias. Munir Hussein Malo. Melissa Claire Marqueski. Santiago Marquez Jr. Salvador Marquez Garcia, Christian Michael Ignatius Marsala, Matthew Nick Marsico, Derek Robert Maxwell, Caitlin Autumn Maeda, Daniel Joseph Mayer, Julia Lauren McCausland, Sophie Shao Shong McBride, Cade Christopher McHugh, Whitney Sage McDade, Bridget Therese McDonald, Jada Quanice McGee, Logan William McGlynn, Nicholas Campbell McGrath, Badr Adin Mishabsheb, Nyla Amari McKinney, Allison May McNicholas, Victoria Marie McFeeters, Ronald Dennis Mena III, Christopher Stephen Menser, Tegan Elizabeth Meyer, Zio Alexander Giro Meyer, Mia Catherine Mahalski, Jaden Logan Lynn Milam, Axel Adam Miller, Catherine Jin Miller, Ruslan Rashadinovich Mirzayev,
Yazdin Rashid Mirzayev, Sasha Maruset, Vincent James Molnar, Aidan William Montz, Andrew Blakesley Moore, Dion Malachi Moore, Brandon Anthony Morales, Valdir Arath Morales, Ryan Anthony Morgan, Alex Paul Morell, Abigail Francis Morris, Jacob Edward Morrow, Samantha Jane Morrow, Rachel Paige Merzlak, Amber Marcella Mueller, Donald James Muff, Alexis Munoz, Timur Mustapayev, Madison Marie Myers, Olivia Eileen Myers, Rodrigo Nava, Claudia Victoria Nava-Jones, Caitlin Colleen Nenninger, Raymond Robert Nepris, Brittany V. Wen, Kyler Edwin Nielsen, Emma Ann Nigrelli, Patrick John Noonan, Jacob Joseph Nordek, Emily M. Nunez, Jose Enrique Nunez, Jack Aiden Nunkovich, Mikel Alfred Nushi, Paul Alfred Nushi, Daniel Timothy O'Connell, Elizabeth Ann O'Connell, Kaylin Grace O'Malley, Philip Daniel Otto, John Allen Odom, Nayeli Guadalupe Oliva, Luca Vincent Olivito, Cristobal Olivo, Jack Parker Olson, Ray Christian Olszewski, Alexander Jonathan Ongstead, Emily Nicole Orlov, Aidan Michael Orr, Micah Alexander Ortiz, Brian Orzuna Vera, Ailish Catherine Osborne, Margaret Adams Osborne, Myra Lizette Padilla, Madeline Rhiannon Palmer, Suleiman Faisal Pandit, Fotini Papa, Francis Joseph Para, Gray Michael Pauley, Devin Alexander Pavlin, Jared Dean Peasley, Jessica Catherine Penny, Cassandra Maclo Perez, Christian Alexis Perez, Edgar Perez, Jennifer Perez, Isaiah Perry, Kristen Page Phillips, Ty Thomas Pika, Panayotis Petoli, Connor Scott Polina, Connor Bent Polson, Jason Patrick Prince, Mackenzie Dahlia Prospel, Alejandro Edgar Polido, Thomas Michael Queen, Elizabeth Nicole Radensich, Suraj Ray, Olandra Ramirez, Juan Alberto Ramirez Ocataxtal, Avery Marie Ramsden, Evan Kale Ramsey, Rosalind Gale Razor, Hope Marie Rasplica, Amani Ashari Rayford, Rumesa Razi, Sasha Dale Richards, Eric Rios, Carolina Andrea Rivera Jimenez, Joseph Marcos Rizzo, Holly Arlene Roach, Michael Parker Rogers, Maria Sheila Rakoba, Tess Olivia Rakoba, Nicholas Alexander Rabaki, Jordan Taylor Saladino, Ulysses Salado, Lucas Samuelis, Catherine Sanchez, Jennifer Soseto, Trent David Saylor.
Kelly Renee Schaffner, Samuel Joseph Schlegel, Emily Marie Schmerald, Anna Denise Schmidt, Michael Scott Schneider, Ethan Magnus Sang, Hamza Omar Sharif, Caitlin Pauline Shaughnessy, Zachary Thomas Shaughnessy, Robert Vincent Sherrod, Olivia Madison Showman, Callie Mabel Shumway, Lillian Faye Sider, Erica Ann Simmerman, Evan Edward Simon, Pasu Sirenet, Caleb Kentaro Shordall, Samuel Peter Skeen, Linnea Christina Hilger Skura, Allison Morgan Sliwa, Amarlion Jael Smith, Anthony Tiger Smith, Nathaniel Isaac Smith. Shane Andrew Smith. Nikolai Anatoly Sorokin. Sophia Aaron Sawatsky. Michael Thomas Spain. Connor John Sparks. Robert Johnson Spaeth. Robert Charles Spicer. Lynette Samaj Stark. Lauren Grace Steck. Paige Alyssa Stewart. Theoden Andrew Struthers. Bryce William Sutphin. Cole Bradley Swanstrom. Jacob Tyler Zala. Chris Tabaku. Joshua James Taylor. Javier Tuquatl Hernandez. Autumn Hope Temesbury. Camilla Turkleton. Skylar Paige Thacker. Paul Emil Thalman. Sang Lien Thang. Adam Vincent Tharp. Choo Choo Thane. Katerina Toll. Alexandria Renee Torres. Natalia Montserrat Torres Mena. Gabriella Marie Tosto. Jocelyn Renee Trisick. Shannon Lindsay Truesdale. Lauren Elizabeth Tully. Sean Christopher Tully. Corian Deshelle Turner. Jack James Turner. Jesse Valdez. Justice Lynn Van Balen. Jack Joseph Vanderpool. Jovan Velasquez. Salvador Velasquez. Chloe Nicole Verhagen. Alexandria Nicole Victorine. Angel Villopondo. Veronica Villegas. Julia Catherine Vitale. Andrea Vivar. Harris Vukovic. Morgan Ramsey Walk. Anne Carol Wagner. John Ryan Wagner. Michael Joseph Wagner. Kevin James Walsh. Christina Claire Warner. Kenya Kiela Watson. Katie Marie Weisheit. Jack Ryan West. Kira Maureen West Hooper. Annika Joyce Wetzker. Samuel Jameson White. Michelle Grace Worsama. Mizan Samaj Wiley. Jonathan Lewis Wilcutt. Samuel Christopher Wilson. Max Conrad Wolf. Rose Marie Wolf. Jacob Thomas Yonker. Dean Robert Youngblood. Dora Alma Zagal Gomez. David Nathaniel Zeller. Peter Matthew Zeller. Hunter John Zielinski. Ashley May Zima. Ismail Badar Zulkarni.
It's now my pleasure to congratulate Remeza Razi, who designed the senior flag. One flag will be flown on Wiesbrook Road with the nation's and state's flags, It will then be moved to the library to hang in the rafters with the flags of former years. Again, congrats and thank you, Rumeza. So now, to my fellow graduates, may I ask all of you to please stand wherever you are. Now, your caps, I hope they're on right now. We want to move the tassel from right to left. And we're now going to take a chance on tossing our caps to celebrate the conclusion of our graduation. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Hey, look, Ma, I made it.
Ready, go.